47 seconds. That is how long Kash Patel sat completely motionless after Cory Booker placed that single sheet of paper on the table. Not a blink, not a breath that anyone in that room could detect. 47 seconds of a silence so complete that the only sound the recording captured was the faint scratch of a pen from the stenographer in the far corner. And then Patel reached for his water glass, thought better of it, and pulled his hand back to his lap. I have been tracking this transfer record for 6 weeks. My team filed 3 separate document requests before the right page arrived, and when it did, the number on that page was not round. It was not clean. It was $847,000, wired, confirmed, dated. Watch this video until the very end because what Senator Booker did in that chamber is unlike anything I have covered in 11 years of reporting on congressional oversight. If you are new here, subscribe right now and turn on notifications because the next 72 hours are going to move faster than anything this committee has produced in 2 years. Patel walked in that morning in a dark navy suit and a burgundy tie he had straightened twice before sitting down. His attorney took the seat to his immediate right. They exchanged a quiet word. Patel actually smiled. That was his first mistake. To understand what happened next, you need to understand who Cory Booker is and what he carried into that room. Booker holds a law degree from Yale. He studied as a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University. He spent years as mayor of Newark, New Jersey, a city of 280,000 people, steering it through one of the worst municipal fiscal crises in modern American history. He worked alongside federal investigators. He understood budget forensics at a level most legislators never encounter. He did not flinch under that kind of pressure then. He did not flinch in this room either. But the credential that matters most today is not the Yale diploma. It is the 6 weeks he spent with a single-page document, reading it, rereading it, and building a line of questioning with exactly one destination. His staff had been under strict instruction not to discuss the document outside a closed circle of 3 people. It had been logged internally as routine appropriations review material. Nobody outside that circle knew what was actually on it. That is how Booker operates. He does not improvise. He builds. When he entered the hearing room, he set the manila folder face down on the oak table to his left. No label on the outside. No markings. He did not touch it again for the next 31 minutes. He let Patel relax. He let the room settle. He waited. The hearing had been running for exactly 31 minutes when Booker's turn arrived. Committee room 226. 12 senators on the dais. 2 staff members flanking Patel on each side. The gallery behind the press pool was full. Booker did not open with a statement. He did not acknowledge the committee chair. He looked directly at Patel and asked a single question in a register so quiet that 3 reporters in the 3rd row leaned forward simultaneously. Director Patel, are you familiar with the financial relationship between the FBI, that is the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and a private data acquisition firm operating under contract number 774-Alpha during the period beginning in the 2nd quarter of 2023? Patel did not hesitate. He said he was not in a position to confirm or deny the existence of any specific contractual arrangement without first reviewing the relevant classification status of the documentation in question. His voice was measured. His hands were flat on the table. He had used this answer before. He believed it would work again. Booker nodded once. He did not write anything down. He simply said, "I understand." And then he asked his second question. Director, on or about the 3rd week of January, in a year preceding your confirmation, did you or any member of your transition team receive a briefing document originating from the Senate Intelligence Committee referencing a data broker payment totaling $847,000 drawn from discretionary allocation funds not subject to standard appropriations review? The shift in Patel's posture was immediate and involuntary. His chin dropped by approximately 3 degrees. His right thumb, which had been resting flat against the edge of the table, moved inward and pressed against his palm. He glanced at his attorney for 1.5 seconds before returning his gaze to the microphone directly in front of him. He said he did not have a specific recollection of the briefing document the senator was referencing. Booker said, "That is fine." He paused for 4 seconds. Then he said, "Let me help you remember. Now here is where you need to pay close attention, because what Booker did next is not something you learn in a standard legislative hearing. This is the kind of move that comes from 6 weeks of preparation and a document no one expected him to have. He picked up the manila folder. He opened it. He removed a single page and placed it face up on the table in front of him. He did not slide it toward Patel. He did not hold it up for the cameras. He simply placed it there, face up, and let it sit. The page had one header, 2 columns of figures, and at the bottom, in bold, the number $847,000. Next to that number, a wire confirmation code. Next to the confirmation code, a recipient designation that matched the data broker named Booker had referenced 40 seconds earlier. Booker looked at Patel and said, "Director, I want to give you the opportunity to revise your previous answer. Before you do, I want to inform you that this document was obtained through a lawful disclosure request and has been authenticated by 2 independent forensic document examiners. I will ask you one more time. Did you receive a briefing that referenced this transfer?" Patel looked at the page from a distance of approximately 8 feet. His jaw tightened. The muscle below his right ear flexed once, visibly. He said, "Senator, I want to be fully cooperative with this committee, but I must note that discussing specific financial arrangements related to ongoing operational intelligence matters may implicate classification concerns that require me to exercise appropriate caution in this setting." Booker said, "Director, that is not a yes, and that is not a no. I am going to ask you to be precise. Did you or did you not receive a briefing referencing this specific transfer?" Patel said he could not confirm or deny at this time. Booker said, "I see." He wrote one word on the notepad in front of him. He did not show it to anyone. "Now I want you to stop here for a moment, because if you understand what just happened in those last 90 seconds, you already know where this is going. Booker has the document. Patel knows Booker has the document. And Patel has just told a Senate committee, under oath, that he cannot confirm or deny something that is sitting in black print on authenticated paper 4 committee seats away from him. If accountability in this country still means anything at all, like this video right now, drop a comment below and tell me one thing. Do you believe Patel had never seen that page before today? Booker waited for the murmur in the gallery to subside. Then he continued. He said, "Director, I want to revisit something you said approximately 9 months ago during your confirmation proceedings. You stated, and I am quoting from the official transcript here, that you had no knowledge of any unauthorized allocation of discretionary intelligence funds during the transition period. Is that statement still accurate to the best of your recollection?" Patel said yes, that remained accurate to the best of his knowledge. Booker picked up a second sheet from the same manila folder. He read from it without looking up. He said, "On page 43 of the Senate Intelligence Committee Transition Briefing, dated a Tuesday in mid-January of the year of your confirmation, your initials appear in the upper right corner of a summary paragraph referencing, and I am reading directly, an $847,000 payment to a commercial data intermediary for warrantless location data acquisition. Your initials, Director, not a staff member, not an aide. Yours." The room went still. Not quiet. Still. There is a difference. Quiet means ambient noise drops. Still means everyone in the room stops producing ambient noise entirely. For 11 seconds, Committee Room 226 was still. Patel's right hand moved to the edge of the table, his fingers wrapped around it from underneath. His attorney leaned 2 inches to the left and placed a folded piece of notepaper on the table without unfolding it. Patel looked at it. He did not open it. His breathing had changed. Earlier in the hearing, it had been slow and deliberate, the breathing of a man performing calm. Now it was shallow, arriving in intervals that were slightly too close together for what his posture was trying to project. He said he would need to review the specific document the senator was referencing before he could speak to the accuracy of any notations contained within it. Booker said, "I will enter this document into the record momentarily. Before I do, I want to give you one final opportunity, Director. Under Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 1001, a false statement made knowingly and willfully to a congressional committee carries a penalty of up to 5 years in federal prison. I am not making that threat. That is the statute. It applies to this room. It applies to this testimony. And it applied to every answer you gave during your confirmation 9 months ago. He looked directly at Patel and said, "Did you know about this transfer before you were confirmed?" Patel turned to his attorney. The attorney leaned in. They spoke in a voice too low for any microphone in the room to capture. The exchange lasted 14 seconds. When Patel straightened up, something had left his face. The composure was still there technically, the arrangement of features that signals a person maintaining control, but the thing behind it was gone. He said, "Senator, on the advice of counsel, I am exercising my right under the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution and declining to answer that question on the grounds that my answer may tend to incriminate me." The gallery did not erupt. There was no outburst. There was a sound that is harder to describe, a kind of collective exhale, the sound of 47 people in a room simultaneously processing the same information and arriving at the same conclusion. 47 seconds of silence followed. Not the charged silence of a room waiting for something to happen. The settled silence of a room where something has already happened and everyone knows it. Booker did not smile. He did not pause for effect. He said, "Let the record reflect that the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation has invoked his Fifth Amendment right in response to a direct question about a transfer of $847,000 from public funds to a private data broker. Let the record further reflect that his initials appear on the briefing document that references this transfer. And let the record reflect that he told this committee 9 months ago under oath that he had no knowledge of any such allocation." He closed the manila folder. He placed his pen down. He said, "I have no further questions for this witness." That was the moment. Not a press release, not a leaked memo. A single page, a wire confirmation number, and 47 seconds of silence that answered the question more completely than any spoken response could have. The transcript of this hearing will be filed with the Senate Intelligence Committee. The document has been entered into the congressional record. Whether a referral follows, whether an investigation opens, whether anyone in this city faces the consequences that the statute Booker cited so precisely demands, that is the question every person watching this needs to be asking out loud. Subscribe right now because the committee vote on a formal referral is expected within 48 hours. Share this video everywhere. $847,000, one page, one set of initials, and a Fifth Amendment that told this committee everything Patel refused to say himself.